Hey everybody, Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and this is the Billboard. I had a little mishap where I knocked it over, but it's sturdy. It's still everything's doing what I need it to. So I hope there's no super glue exposed anywhere, because I did go back and do some shoring up of some areas where I was worried it might not be sturdy after I painted it. First thing I'm going to do is get a metallic silver. No, I'm not going to do that first. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of cardstock and a small brush, and I'm going to add some color to this thing in some spots. So all I'm going to do to add color is get some different paints. This is a dark blue. I'm going to get my dirty paint water and some of my dark blue. Probably shouldn't have added it in there like that, you know what I mean? And I'm not even doing a good job here. I'm just adding some color, half-ass. And the only reason I'm doing that is so that it's more appealing on the table. It's theater. Not all metal is the same three colors. Get a little bit of wet this red. It's pretty wet. I'm going to get a little bit more water though. Mix it in there. I'm going to do this piece with it. Just like that. I'm going to do one of these little pipes in that red too. You don't need to add a ton of color. Just add some color. I'm going to get some a green color. I have this awesome dollar store dark green right here. Oh, that's a lot more than I wanted. And I'm just going to color that. I'm going to use some of that down here on this piece of scrap. Okay. I'm going to mix some of that blue and that green together. Paint this piece with that. I'm going to mix a little bit of that green and red together. And make a generic color I can throw there. I'll use a little bit on this pipe here too. Some on the back there. And that's all I'm really going to do with to make it multicolored. I don't think I really need to do a whole lot more. So the next thing I want to do is I want to dry that all up. Just like that. If you want to look at it up close to see where we're at, this is where we are. Okay. So let's get a silver and a dry brush. And you can use any kind of dry brush that you have for this. Let me get some silver and a paintbrush from the Dollar Tree, or it's a makeup brush, I guess. Not really a paintbrush. And so I want my catwalk to be predominantly looking silverish, and I want my railings for my catwalk to look silver. So while my paint's still pretty thick, I want to try to hit some of that stuff. I want my ladder to look silver. Mostly silver. It can be a little rusted, you know. And I want my back metal frame to be silver. And I'm just going to rub some silver around on the back to break that up a little bit. I want my girder to be mostly silver. Get my front of my bars underneath here. You really won't see this, but we want to get around the edges for sure. The silver isn't as bright as I'd hoped. So now I want to get down in here and hit some of this stuff. I want to hit my granny grading with that. And then I just want to kind of dry brush around and hit the edges of stuff and make it look like it's scratched up and exposed. And I don't want to need to put a whole lot of effort into that. I just want to make it look good. Okay. Now, you could use a rust color or a metallic brown or something at this point and probably do something good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this copper here. Oh, that's a lot more than I wanted. I'm sloppy. What can I say? I'm wasteful and sloppy. No need to be rushing here, but I'm doing it anyways. That was more of a Transylvanian. But I'm doing it anyways. There we go. Very good. Much better Russian. Get some of that brown, some of that metallic. I'm going to mix it in with that. A little bit more of that brown maybe. There we go. Get a lot of that off there. And then I'm going to cover that white spot there. Hit around the edges of this. Dirty up my railings a little bit. Dirty up my catwalk a little bit. A little bit more of that would help. Doing that. Dirty that up. Scunge up my ground a little bit. Hit my rungs of my ladder some. And just do some more up there. Hit on the back of this. Alright, now we have a pretty good looking start here. So we need something to be our billboard, and I found this piece of like a Waterdeep booklet from one of the D&D board games, and I cut it out, and it's going to be about the right size. The top's a little crooked because I cut it with scissors, but that's okay. So what I want to do is I want to get glue on the back of this so that it sticks. Oh, come on, you. Hold on. Oh, you bastard. And yeah, I did set that little insert off to the side because it might be a part of something someday. Anyways. Just going to get a piece of cardboard or cardstock or something. It uses a spatula. Kind of rub that everywhere. Make sure I'm getting close to the edges. Okay. I'm going to set that there like that. I'm going to get that on there. Pretty sturdy. Smush it down. Rub out my excess glue to the edges. I'll wipe that off with my fingers. Then I'm going to hit this with my hot air gun. So I'm going to get a rag and kind of shove it, clean it up a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to get a hot air gun and dry that a little bit. Now I have a little billboard here. And then it's probably going to be graffitied in the future because you know how the future is. They like graffiti. So I'm going to get that red color I had again. And my little brush. And this campaign setting, or this game version of Tomorrow Comes Doom is called The End Is Nigh. So the end is. Something like that. So if you can see what I got going on here, yes, a guy can stand on this easily. There you go. Cool, 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 cool. Does exactly what we need it to. Looks like an old school billboard, like something Lamar or whatever your local company that you have is would throw up. It's old. You could really get into this too. Like you could burn the end of this some. Probably want to do that before you put it on here. But that's what you do. When that dries, hit it with a clear coat. That'll get rid of that shine on the backdrop. It'll look all right. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and all that happy crappy that I need you to do to make the channel grow. Crafts like this are a lot of fun, but it does take time and effort on my part. I'm going to be whiny and honest. Leave comments, though, because I do enjoy answering the comments. That's a lot of fun for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.